me?
Yep.
Okay.
Good. All right, because I want to introduce you first, right? So this is Tuesday, the January 5th, and we're kicking off January by having Miss Ginger on the call with us tonight. And just a little bit about her. She is a nutritionist in a private practice in Tustin. And
Tucson.
I'm sorry, pregnancy brain. Wow. Yes, on Tucson. Being diagnosed with 3 autoimmune diseases, one of them cancer, has given her tremendous insight into this significant benefits of good nutrition. She is a national speaker for the Heart Association, Cancer Society, and other health organizations. So we are so honored that you took the time out of your evening to come talk with us. She became NMD in exactly 4 years, won number 3, then number 1, then number 5 top production award in the company her first year. She's also had 2 Elton Award nominations and was speaker at the National Juice Plus Conference. So she's married to an attorney, Jeff, who's a QNMD, and has a 32-year-old firefighter son. Go Firefighters. We have a couple of them on the call tonight. And a 19-year-old daughter. And she has also been a tireless volunteer on many boards and charity projects within her community. So we are just so honored that you're taking the time out of your evening to be with us this evening. And with that being said, at the bottom of your screen, it should say share your screen, and that's how you would get your PowerPoint up on the screen so that we can all see it. So give that a try and we'll see if it works. We're teaching Ginger how to Zoom tonight. Awesome. Cool. Yeah, so then we see what your entire screen is right now. So you can just pull up your PowerPoint and we'll see that next. Perfect.
Yeah. Okay.
Got it. Yay.
Okay, you all. Well, I have to tell you, I love the 3-foot rule. You know, when you get to, certainly by the time you get to sales coordinator, you're going to run out of people that you want to talk to or that they want for you to talk to them. So it's really just that simple. You might as well start thinking right off the bat that 3-foot cold market rule. So let's get going here. So what is your goal? I think it's always important. I just did a team talk with my team talking about, your goals and, dream boards and all that kind of stuff for the year. So what do you want to do? Do you want to fast track all the way up to NMD? Do you want to get qualified and be a club for your upline? Do you want to have your own clubs, 3, 12, 39, 50, 100, all the way up? How exciting is that? How much money do you want to make? I mean, there's just a lot of different kinds of goals that you can have. So the challenge.
We want all of the above, Ginger. All of the above.
All of the above. We do love that. All that. Okay, I'm going to give you a challenge right now. I want you to think out of the box. This business is out of the box, and you know why? It's because you're an entrepreneur. So I want you to be thinking about doing this for the next 30 days. The 3-foot rule, what's called cold market. And I have to tell y'all, I truly think it is way fun. I love doing this. It's my most favorite thing to do. And in reality, what do you have to lose? I mean, what do you have to lose? You talk to somebody you don't know, the guy in the restaurant or, at the parking lot or airport, and there's no connection. Who cares? You'll probably never see him again. Go out and practice. Practice makes perfect. So I want you to get out of that box. So if you're not getting out of your house to share, it's going to be really hard to succeed in this business. Now, that being said, I know we do a tremendous amount of stuff virtual. We love the Facebook parties. We love the social media and all that kind of stuff. But if you're going to be doing 3-foot ruling, you're pretty much going to have to get out of the house unless you are seeking people out through social media, which I know some people have done extremely well with. So the objective here is to connect, not necessarily build some kind of major relationship first. You're just connecting. And if you are out in public, you're going to have to do it pretty fast. So you've got to be intentional. I am a big believer. If you look to my purse right now, you would see I've got brochures, or I have little flyer kinds of things that I use. I've got YouTubes right here in my PDA. Boy, I run into at the grocery store. I've got 10 different ones. boom, I get your phone number, and I've got those YouTube sent off to you. I happen to love Eric Worre, so I do carry one of the Rise of the Entrepreneur CDs. I also love the little capsule holder. If I run into you and we have coffee or something and you decide to go on Juice Plus right now, I'm going to give you a week's supply, which is really going to be 8 green and 8 red capsules to get you started on your Juice Plus, because I know you're excited about your health and I don't want you to have to wait. So I'd like to have those. Then you always want to have whatever your next event is. Again, that could most certainly be in a JPEG on your phone so that you can send that to them, or some kind of a reminder call. Get your product story now. And as I was doing a call with Gordon Hester, and he was talking about, hey, it's January. Everybody should have a new story. So get a new product and business story. You're always going to be sort of reinventing it, coming up with something different. And quite honestly, the exact same product or business story isn't going to work for the same person depending on their age, where they live, do they have cancer, are they a teacher? You know, it's always going to be changing. So that's why practice, practice, practice. I do carry a little small pad of paper and pen. Again, you can use your phone for this kind of stuff, but I like to keep sort of notes in there. I want to make sure that I've got somebody's phone number, email, and, you know, this kind of stuff. So I'm a little bit of a paper person, but you absolutely could put it in a notes section in your phone also. Sorry, for some reason this PowerPoint is pulling up a little different. I have a brand new computer sitting here. It's only 3 days old, so it's obviously done something funky here. I don't know. Okay, be prepared with discovery questions. You know, do you work outside the home? You know, what do? Do you work full time? Do you like what you do? Well, tell me why. Okay. You're talking to them, not about you. It's all conversation. You're just having a good time with them. You know, are you married? Well, you are. Gosh, you have children, and how old are they? Again, you're not like drilling all these things. So I'm just throwing a bunch of different things at you. But again, it's just conversation. If I really want to be a little bit more direct, and I love to do this with my waitress kinds of people, you know, I'll just ask them, are you into nutrition? If I've got a very short period to talk to somebody, what do I really want to know the most? Are they going to be into nutrition? I want to almost sort of stop them. And I'll come back to some of these things here. And if they said, yeah, I say, oh gosh, you know, what do you do for good nutrition for your family? Maybe that's somebody I bumped into in the grocery store. So again, I'm going to come back when I'm going to show you some exact things that I do as right now. Okay, I'm in the grocery store. And there's a baby in the cart. Well, I could say, oh, cute baby or cute outfit. Now, how old is she? And if that mother says that my child is 4 or more, or maybe she's holding on to a little guy down here who's 6 years of age, he's not in the cart, I can say, oh my gosh, do you know that your daughter qualifies for the largest children's health stay in the world? She's eligible to get free nutritional gummies from the #1 whole food product. Silence. Your silence things are pretty golden. You want their mind to be tripping like, what the hell is she talking about? What's going on here? But if you're talking about your child, I got to tell you, I've not had one mom yet who wasn't interested at least in what I have to say. I don't know if you've ever heard Catherine Lee and Deanna Christopherson's story, but they met in line at the grocery store. They pulled over for half an hour at their carts. I think by the time they got through, it ended up being an hour, and it didn't really matter because they're both 100 Club NMDs, so who cared if their frozen food died on the vine? Didn't matter. Love history. Okay, so you notice they've got healthy purchase or organic. Oh my gosh, aren't you smart? I mean, I literally have done this in the produce department. Look at all the healthy food in your cart here. Is good nutrition something that's important to you? And I know that sounds sort of funny, but if somebody's pulling off the organic area and they've got all sorts of stuff there, I'm probably going to be a little bit out of the box. And again, it's not for ginger. It's, again, now, mind you, I am sort of a people person, but I love chit-chatting with people. I get such a kick out of it. And again, I may not ever see that gal at the grocery store again, so who cares? But she could also be my next NMD. So how cool would that be? So I go to Trader Joe's or Whole Foods. I ask about their gluten products, their non-dairy drinks, their supplements, their GMO products. These people are trained within that area. They love to talk to you. One of my best distributors is from Trader Joe's. And you're going to hear how I met him in a minute. One of my favorite stories was a gal. She and I were both reaching in for avocados, and we both picked them up at the same time. And they were just hard as rocks. And we just were sort of went, ugh, both of us did. And I turned around to her, and I had that avocado. I said, you know what? this is why I do what I do. And she said, well, what do you do? And I said, you know what? I love to get organic, great produce like this. But you know what? As you and I both can see, it's really hard to get. And I'm sort of lucky. I work with the #1 whole food nutritional product in the world, where they take 20 organic, vined ripened, fabulous fruits and vegetables, and they flash dry them into a micronutrient state and put them in a gummy or a capsule form. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah, she thought that was very cool. She immediately went on Juice Plus. Planes, love planes. I'm a Provincial Plus speaker for corporates. I'm like always flying around someplace. So
Ginger, can I ask just a quick question?
Yeah.
So in that exact example, the avocado and the gal, and you said that she became a customer. So so she continues to ask questions like, oh, wow, they put them in a capsule and a gummy. Do you say, let me grab your information? Like, I'm in a hurry. You said that you like Eric Worre. So like, you're in a hurry, you need their information. Like, how do you convert that to let's place an order? Or do you like place it right there in the grocery store?
No, I'll be real honest. I love to educate. That's just my field. I'm a nutritionist. I love to educate, but we are educators. All of us Juice Plus people are entrepreneurial educators. My #1 objective is to get her to some kind of presentation, or to be able to send her a YouTube or a link or something of that sort. So I want to get her information. And so that's what I did. I got her information. I followed up with her. I invited her to an event. She came to something at my house. Boom, she was done.
Okay, cool.
That simple. Okay. I like to travel Southwest for a zillion reasons, but I never am in the A's. I'm never in the B's. Ginger's a C girl, and I'm super happy to be a C girl, because that means I'm going to be one of the last people there. So I'm sitting around waiting for my plane. Now, I don't do this all the time. I don't want y'all to think I'm this wild and crazy chick, but if I'm in the mood, and I know that I'm going to be bored on the plane and I want to have somebody fun to talk to, I'm going to look around to see, who do I want to talk to? Who would be fun? So I'm sort of targeting or looking for certain kinds of people. So anyway, I'm like the last person to get on. They're calling, woohoo, Ginger, we're about to fly out, chick, you better get on. So I get on the plane and I scan. I'm looking out there. Where are the 1 or 2 people that I'm looking for? And usually it's a middle seat. Okay, fine. I'm going to be in the middle, but I couldn't care less, because to think about it, you got somebody on the left, you got somebody on the right, and hopefully I can get into a conversation with that kind of person. The last 4 planes, I've gotten customers and I've gotten 1 distributors. So it is pretty rare for me to get on a plane and not talk to somebody anyway, just because that's the kind of person I am. Unless I'm just exhausted or I have work to do, then I do that. But otherwise, I have gotten into a pretty great conversation with you, and we haven't even taken off. I have brought out some information or something on my phone or iPad, and we're already talking. But it's a conversation. I'm not selling anything. I'm not a salesperson. I am just sharing information because I want to, and because I feel real strong about America. We're so lousy. I don't know if you all know, we rank 37th down in civilized countries of the world for good health. America, we're so stupid, y'all. Okay, so I do connect immediately. I turn around and I just immediately say, hi, I'm Ginger. How are you? Do you live here? Are you here for business? You here for pleasure? Whatever. So I'm just chit-chatting with everybody. I love to go to the mall. I think, and this is where I send my distributors. This is like a training that I do. I want you to go to the mall. You have to do that for 2 hours for the next few weeks. And I want you to go to talk to people. Who's at the mall? Salespeople. Now, it's not necessarily that we're looking for salespeople, but you know what? They can be some pretty good people. So I love the kiosks and the department stores and the cosmetic people. I've gotten great customers and distributors with these people. If you like them, anybody, by the way, tell them, what is it that you like about them? Gosh, you know what? You were so dang smart. You were so funny. I watched what you did with the person before me. You were very service oriented. I am so impressed with what you're doing. And you can go into so many different things. Do you do this full time? I had a couple of great people, by the way, that one gal in particular that was at the Lancome, and I watched her, and I loved what she did with the 2 people in front of me. And when I got up to her, I said, I'm just going to give you a big applause. And she said, why? I said, well, you were absolutely adorable, so attentive to these people. I said, I just got to ask you something. And she said, what? And I said, I have no idea at all if you would be interested in what I do. But you know what? I work with the #1 whole food nutritional company in the world. I am looking for 3 really key people that are super fun, really smart, and have a beautiful heart. Would you be interested in chatting with me about it? And so guess what? An hour she had a break. We sat down and talked, and she became a distributor. Restaurants, favorite place, because you know what? You are going to be with those people for a little while. So I love to put my Juice Plus capsule holder right on the table. I love to put it right there. You won't believe how many orders have gotten off of that. Now, I don't say a word. I don't say a word. And it always comes up. So sometimes, we might be talking to the people next to us kind of a thing, but at some point it does come up. Actually, I'm going to back up, because if it doesn't come up sometime during the meal, say I'm taking somebody for lunch or whatever, I'm going to open that up and maybe take a couple of capsules just because. Now, do you think, because it's sitting there with the words Juice Plus on the top of it, that somebody's not going to say, well, so what is that? And then I have the opportunity to turn that around, facing it towards them with it open, and say, oh my gosh, this is my 20 different fruits, vegetables, and grains in a capsule. Pretty cool, huh? Do they want to have more discussion on that? Yeah, they absolutely do. Waitresses, I get their name immediately. I do not wait for them to give me their name. And I ask them pretty much immediately, do you do this full time? Usually they don't, y'all. They're going to school. And you can say, well, what are you studying? And of course, I think was it Kaylee that said she was the engineer?
Yeah.
I can't remember. Yeah. We have a joke about engineers. Engineers are a little bit of tough. Hey, there you go, girl. And so unless they say they're in an engineering school, then I usually have something I can connect with them. But oh my gosh, you engineers, you all are so what we call blueprints, so analytical. It's hard to connect with you, but I can see you're adorable. Of course, you do Zumba, so that's your connection there. So you want to be getting out of that 3-foot box. So here is my Target girl story. Total shock. Walking Target about 6 months ago. I'm walking down the aisle, and there's a gal standing sort of sideways, and she's looking pretty chubby. Now, when I get up a little closer, she's looking pretty pregnant. But you just sort of don't ask those questions. But I turn around the corner, and I notice that she has a tag up on her chest here. It's not a Target tag, but I'm going to look for, I don't know what it was, mascara or whatever. But she intrigued me because she looked like she's ready to pop. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to go talk to this gal. I'm sort of dying to know who she is. I get up there and I said, well, do you know anything about these mascaras? And she said, no, I'm actually with this line of cosmetics. I said, what do you mean this line? She said, oh, Target and some of the other companies here have their own estheticians. I'm an esthetician. And I went, you have got to be kidding. Did you all know that, by the way, girls? That Target and some of the other places have full-time estheticians who rep some of the lines? So we got into a great discussion. She was about to have her 3rd baby. She was dying for an at-home business, so I took care of that one. Okay, Home Depot. Walked in to buy some plants, got in a whole discussion on the Tarot Garden. There's a Tarot Garden sale. Oh, I just told you about my Macy's gal. Just love her. Waitress right here in Tucson, right around the corner. Got her name, asked her what she did full-time. No, she doesn't do this full-time because she grows a garden. And she said she's a single mom. And I said, oh, gosh, what do you do with your garden? She said, well, I sell it on the weekends at the show. So she goes to get her drinks, come back. I have got the Tarot Garden brochure. I said, how do you like that? Oh, I thought she was going to pass out on the floor. So that took care of that one right there. Trader Joe's Guide. This is actually probably my favorite one. So we have a place over in San Diego. We have a boat over there, and we were going over for 4th of July last year. And we stopped at this Trader Joe's, and I have no makeup on, y'all. And I have traveled 5 hours. I'm sitting in, nice sweats, but nothing great. The hair's up. We're not looking good. It's not like I want to meet anybody, right? But I got to buy all this stuff because we're having this big old party. So we're going through the line. He's my checkout guy. And we're going through the line. And he says, oh, gosh, are you all from Tucson? I said, no, or from San Diego. I said, no, we're from Tucson. He said, wait, gosh, you're getting a lot of stuff here. Or you're just staying. And I said, well, we've got a boat. We're going to have a party. And he goes, we've got some pretty good stuff. I said, well, thanks. And so he said, well, are you over here real often? And so I said to him, you know what, we are, because my husband and I are lucky. We are in a business that we can do what we want, when we want, with who we want. We have no glass ceiling on what we make. He totally stops. Now, there are 10 people in line. He totally stops and he looks at me. You could see his mind computing. What did she just say? Whatever. And I said to him, I have no idea if you would be interested in chatting with me, but you are so doggone personable. I would love to have the opportunity to send you a link on a couple of things. Would you mind giving me your phone number or your email? He said, yeah. So he's looking around. He has no paper and pen. So I said, not a problem. Take that receipt. And he had a pen right there. I said, just give me your information on the receipt. So I still have that original receipt because he's my brand new fast tracking sales coordinator. Oh, yeah. Okay, here we go. So we're traveling from, I'm over doing PPLs in New Mexico. So we travel over the border. We've been told a million times, don't go really fast when you get on that border of New Mexico, Ginger. You're going to be in trouble. So my husband's driving, and within 20 minutes, we see the little light. And I turn around, and I'm going, OMG, and my husband is not happy. And as a wife, I'm trying to be sort of cool about it because he doesn't want to talk. I'm not going to say anything to him. He's in trouble. I'm not. So I'm thinking, oh, gosh, what can I do? Well, there's not a lot I can do. Well, because we're on the highway, this guy comes around to my side. So he's knocking on my window. I roll it down, and I think, I've got to diffuse this. What can I do? So I turn around and went, hi, how are you? And he took a step backwards. It's like, wait a minute, what just happened here? And so I said, I'm fine, ma'am. Sir, can I have your, paperwork, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, he leaves the car and he comes back, and you can still see the fuming stuff out of Jeff, my husband's, head right here. And he comes back and he said, well, I've decided not to give you all a ticket. And of course, I'm sitting there going, high five, Ginger. And so, not to him, but to myself, because I'm sort of proud of myself, thinking I have diffused him, whatever. He thinks we're nice people. So he hands it back to Jeff, and he goes, you need to look at this paperwork, and you got to sign it, and blah, blah, blah. Now, Jeff's an attorney, so I start talking, and Jeff takes his time. He could have just signed that puppy and handed it right back. But so I'm talking to the guy, and I said, so do you like what you do? And he said, yeah, but there's other things I'd like better. And I said, well, what? And he said, you know what? I really like being a dad. I said, oh my gosh. So we get in this whole discussion, y'all. He's got 4 children. His last child's about to go up to school. So did we get into a whole discussion on everything? Yes, we did. All of these stories, everything that you're seeing here, all of them ended up being customers or business reps with me. So it's all about when you get them into a conversation, you've got to be listening for those clues, those little things that you can pick up on as to how you can benefit their life. And honestly, when you're sitting there with the #1 whole food product in the world, #1 medically studied, a unique business model called the virtual franchise that nobody else does. It's simple and duplicatable. Really? Do we have things to talk to the world about? Hell yeah. I guess I shouldn't be taped on this part. Okay, effective listing and high yield questions will get you the answers you need to be able to showcase all of our wonderful things that we have to offer to people. So here's some of my favorite phrases. Whether they have a health concern, money issue, lost their job, hate their boss, there's so many different things. This is my favorite sentence ever, and you have already heard it. Oh my gosh, that's why I do what I do. Okay? It almost doesn't matter what they say. This is why we do what we do. Can we not change almost every single person's life in so many different ways? Yeah. And this is why I do what I do. I go to bed at night, y'all, and I go, good job, Ginger. It is so dang gratifying. It's absolutely wonderful. So if they don't have the money, say they come to a presentation, they say, I don't have the money for Juice Plus. Well, I just can't stand that. I can't stand that because I know it's going to benefit them. So I'm going to say, money should never be an issue for you. Pause. And again, they're thinking. And then I'm going to say, do you know that you can get your Juice Plus wholesale? And actually, do you know that you can get it free? Okay, now I won't go into details because I know how, you become DD, you get the 6%, you've made the money to cover your Juice Plus. How much fun, how marvelous this is to be able to offer that to somebody. Those are 3 of my favorite sentences. Actually, those four sentences. Love, 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 love them. Use them all the time. And these are just some tips. Start a conversation in less than 30 seconds. You may only have about 30 seconds to a minute. So get going on it, you all. I think if you're not going to be up and you're not going to be enthusiastic, this may be a little bit hard for you, and I'm not going to say you have to be as wild as crazy as Ginger. Not too many people. Anyway, you don't want to do that. But passion, yeah. If you don't have passion for this product or business, you are absolutely positively in the wrong business. You go sell the makeup. You go sell the baby stuff. You go sell the whatevers. But this business is something that you can get passionate. We are changing lives, and I am super proud of what I do every single day of my life. Compliment them. It is so easy to compliment people. And you know what? I'm not looking for anybody. I don't have time for anybody. I just don't. I'm looking for people who I do want to give a compliment to. There's got to be a reason I want to have that person as a business partner. If I'm going to lock arms with that person and really get them trained hot and heavy and fast track them to sales coordinator, I want them to have some of the qualities that I might be looking for. And again, y'all might be looking for different things because we're all going to be a little bit different. So partner with them. And remember, buddies. You gotta have those sideline buddies, upline buddies, downline buddies. I mean, I love Lindsay. The first time I talked to her on the phone, I thought, what a wonderful giving person, because I asked a question and she came back to me with some great answers, and we started a conversation, and look, here we are. Okay, little computer. Okay, so to end with, that's your comfort zone. But that's not where the magic happens. It's on the outside. It's out of the box. So again, I'm going to challenge you. I want you to get out of there, out of that box there, girls and guys. And that's it. Questions?
Well, that was wonderful. That certainly gives us a lot of ideas.
It's fun. Don't think twice. You're going to feel much, much worse about the things you didn't say to somebody. Trust me, I've got a few of them that have haunted me, truly. And it gets me in tears because they didn't say something to probably 3 different people. I'd rather say something and them say, no, it's not for me for whatever reason. Well, that's okay, because then I can still sleep. So just don't ever miss the opportunities. It's not for you. It's all about them. So change their world. Change their world.
Yeah, absolutely.
So something we have in our corner right now, at least for the next couple of weeks, is, when you're talking to someone, like the cashier or whatever, did you have a good New Year's? Did you make any resolutions? If it has anything to do with health, that's kind of a go-to right there.
You bet. Absolutely. Oh my gosh, we've got the best thing to offer. I mean, you all are doing T30. Whatever your program is, we've got the best thing in the world, and we know we have the best products. So yeah, this is the it month. This month comes across once every 12 months. January is so it, health, wellness, and then of course Miss Fitness there. Yeah, it is a perfect month. Everybody should just be busting their buns, not only doing those squats, but busting their buns to get out and doing the 3-foot rule. How do you like that one?
I can appreciate that one. I love it.
Any more questions? Anything else I can help y'all with tonight?
Ginger, if you stop your screen share down at the bottom toolbar, you can just hit stop your screen share. It'll pull everybody back up on the screen so we can see if they're like raising their hand or anything. Oh, there we go. Perfect. So now you should see like 9 people on the screen, kind of.
I do. How do you see hands raising?
So here, I'll raise my hand real quick.
We have to hit to trigger it.
Kayla,
So
can you hit it for me?
I just raised my hand. Mm-hmm.
Cool. My husband's dying for you all to notice him over here. This is Jeff Carter, QNMD.
Hello.
Hi.
Santa Claus.
Well, thank
Okay.
you very much, Ginger, for doing this. It really gives us a lot of good ideas and really reignites the passion with the company, because we all have our little story that we have, but it gets dull, like you said, and so we need to have multiple ones, because what I say may not apply to some people. I need to really tailor it towards them. And just hearing you talk gets me excited again about the company. And, we are the #1 world best, and it's just, you forget, or I forget.
Oh, I never forget. Nobody touches us. Well, I mean, if you think about it, again, just from a research standpoint, I know we don't read a lot with the research, but you know what? We have gold standard studies, double-blind, placebo-controlled, crossover, peer-reviewed at major medical conferences, and then published. Okay, we have 35 plus of those right now. There's nobody in the world that has more than 2. And of course, these are done on human beings. Nobody has more than 2. Most have nada. Right. Oh my gosh, that puts us in such an over-the-top league. I'm just really, really proud of what I do, and I will always do this, always. Yeah. And it's not a money thing. I'm super happy, as Lindsay will tell you, the published status when you get to NMD, you're definitely making a 6-figure income. So, we're doing just fine. So it's not a money thing. It's a passion thing. You all are right time, right place. This is going to be a dynamite year, and you've got a fabulous leader. Look what she's done for herself in such a short period of time. Just keep following her. Just keep following her. Just keep following her.
Well, it's a shame we can't all feel your passion through the computer, Ginger, because you can tell you're so passionate about it, and it does make such a huge difference. We forget that, like, whatever we're portraying, our customer, prospect, whatever, is going to portray those same things. So if we're timid, they're going to be timid, but if we're enthusiastic and happy, like, everybody wants that, so it's just good reminders to hear, different verbiage. Even, like, I love your verbiage of, like, the #1 nutritional company in the world. Like, that is our title. That's great. And you just, like, spit it out. Like, so it's great to hear different verbiage than what we're used to. I'm agreeing with Kaylee, than what we're used to saying. If we all kind of vamp up our script a little bit and, ask those highly qualifying questions, it will get us far, because we all go to the store. We all go to the mall, right, Hannah? You and I were at the mall this weekend. We should have done that.
It's fun. And you can partner sometimes too.
All right. Who wants to go shopping, girls?
It's huge.
Me.
Alex, to add?
Excellent. Well, good.
Alex, do you have something to say?
Not really, but that was a really great call. Thank you so much for taking the time, because it just inspires me to talk to more and more people and not shy away from conversations, because that's typically what I do. But that was really awesome. I'm really excited to get out there, and Lindsay and I have a lot of fun plans for the month, so I will definitely get with her and go shopping.
Let's go shopping. Sounds great.
Great game plan. Good for you all.
Yeah. And Sarah had a quick question that she asked, actually. So, Ginger, here's to teach you something new again. On your bottom toolbar, it actually says chat.
Right.
And it had a #1 by it. And Sarah is probably someplace she can't talk right now, or has lost her voice or something, right? So, anyway, can you see her question?
Yes, thank you very much, Ginger. So she was thanking me. I'm so glad you told me that. Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Yeah, and she has a question. So she said she doesn't know if you answered it, but if they're reluctant to give you their information, what do you do? How do you go from there?
Okay. And by the way, I don't see her question. I just see thank you very much from Ken Main.
Oh, weird.
Okay, now it just popped up for whatever reason. It just popped up.
Maybe because she just sent it to me. That's what she just fixed it. Now she sent it to everyone. Okay.
Okay. If they just really don't want to give it, I think it gets into having that good conversation, so that you don't, you're not a wild and crazy person. There are times, by the way, that I'll say, I'm not going to be sending you a bunch of stuff. I actually just don't have time for doing that. And that's not what I do anyway. So if they believe that from my heart, then they're probably going to be pretty comfortable. It's really rare for somebody to turn me down. But then if they do, then you better have some kind of something that you can give them. You're going to have to hand them something. So if they're not going to give you your email or phone number, then God forbid, you don't want to leave there without giving them a brochure or little, I call them reminder tickets or something that you can give them some information. Maybe you can even bring up your PDA and say, I just wanted to send you this one link, and show them the link so they realize it's something, really good, or show them the flyer or the JPEG for Jan Roberto's coming to town, or John Blair, whatever. So they know it's a real live person. You're not going to be scamming them. So they're going to have to feel comfortable. But again, if you all practice this, they will give it to you. They will. It's just no big deal.
Well, this is just in time to be inviting to our regional, so I love it.
Perfect. And tell John hello for me. I just adore him. He is a really cool gentleman. You talk about somebody that can talk about the research forwards and backwards and tell you all about the cool stuff. He's like one of my fave guys there. So give him a big hug for me.
Very cool. We will. Yeah, we're honored he's coming. He's coming to Denver. That's exciting. So
it is exciting. So I'm gonna Katie White and Emily Nelson. They're from Colorado Springs. They're two of my big girls. My top girls, and I'm sure they'll be coming to that. So I'm going to see if they can't run into you all there. Super great gals. As a matter of fact, Katie White's husband is a firefighter in Denver.
Really?
Eric White.
I wonder if we've run into each other before and just. Maybe I'm a face person. I'll look him up and see.
Oh, well, you would love her. She's very cool.
We should get him connected with Ken, because he's doing the Juice Plus Firefighters. So.
Yeah. That's right. And I think I sent that to her. Gosh, maybe I didn't. Could have reminded me to ever put her on that Facebook page. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Trying to get all the firefighters together. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. Well, girls, thank you. Girls and guys.
Yes. All the guys are sick on this call.
Double up, double up, double up, double up. All right.
All right. I'm going to stop this recording.